Hello, fellow Romanov lovers. Today we are going to cover the topic of the Romanov family's real descendants. If you like the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribe to the channel. Now that we are done with that, we can dive into this topic. At the time of the executions, about a dozen Romanov relatives were known to have escaped the Bolsheviks, including Maria Feodorovna, the mother of Tsar Nicholas II, along with her daughters and his sisters Ksenia and Olga, and their husbands. Of the 53 Romanovs who were alive in 1917, it's estimated that only 35 remained alive by 1920. For Russian royalists, the continued existence of Romanov descendants keeps hope alive that at some point someone in the royal family might reclaim the throne. If only they could work out which member of the family has the strongest claim. As it stands, two branches of the Romanov family disagree on who is the legitimate pretender or claimant to a monarchy that has been abolished. Here are the people alive today with ties to the ill-fated imperial family. Grand Duchess Maria Vladimirovna. Maria Vladimirovna is the most widely acknowledged pretender to the throne of Russia. This great-great-granddaughter of Alexander II, who was Emperor of Russia until his assassination in 1881, now lives in Spain. Her father, Vladimir Kirillovich, was born in exile in Finland in 1917 and from 1938 claimed to be head of the Russian imperial family. When Grand Duke Vladimir died in 1992, his daughter succeeded him in this claim and calls her son Grand Duke George Mikhailovich the heir apparent. However, Maria Vladimirovna has never belonged to the Romanov Family Association founded in 1979 to unite descendants because her members include non-dynastic Romanovs, those whose ancestors married outside the dynasty, whom she and her supporters believe do not have a legitimate claim to the throne. Prince Andrew Romanov. Andrew is the great-great-grandson of Nicholas I, who was Emperor of Russia until his death in 1855. He is also the grandson of Duchess Ksenia, who fled Russia in 1917 along with her mother and others on a warship sent by her cousin, Britain's King George V. Born in London in 1925, he has lived for years in California and is an artist and author. After the death of Prince Dmitry Romanovich in December 2016, Prince Andrew inherited the rival claim to the throne, supported by the Romanov Family Association. Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. The husband of Queen Elizabeth II was a grandnephew of the last Tsarina Alexandra, as well as a great-great-grandson of Nicholas I. His two-part Romanov connection means that his son Prince Charles and his grandsons Princes William and Harry are all Romanov relatives. In 1993, after the unmarked graves believed to contain the remains of Nicholas II, Alexandra, and 3 of their daughters were exhumed, Prince Philip even offered a blood sample to scientists seeking to identify the remains. His mitochondrial DNA matched that of the bodies believed to be those of Alexandra and the 3 girls, helping to confirm their identity. Princess Olga Andreevna Romanov. A British socialite and organizer of London Russian Debutante ball in London. Olga is the daughter of Prince Andrei Alexandrovich, the eldest nephew of Nicholas II. Born in 1950, she is the only child from his second marriage and a half-sister to Prince Andrew. In 2017, she became president of the Romanov Family Association, founded in 1979 to unite descendants. Olga Andreevna has 4 children, including Francis Alexander Matthew, a photographer who appeared in the TLC show Secret Princess, where he was billed as Prince Alexander of Russia. Prince Michael of Kent. A minor royal in Britain, he is the first cousin of Queen Elizabeth II. Prince Michael is celebrated in Russia for his connection to the Romanovs and his resemblance to Tsar Nicholas II, who was the first cousin of his grandmother. In July 2018, he joined Olga Andreevna and other Romanov descendants in St. Petersburg to mark the 100th anniversary of the royal family's execution and visited the cathedral where the remains of the Tsar, Tsarina and 3 girls are buried. 2 more bodies uncovered in 2007 and identified through DNA comparison with living Romanov relatives as 2 of the murdered children, Alexei and Maria, have not been buried, as some within the Russian Orthodox Church have refused to accept the identification. Prince Rostislav Romanov. The great-grandson of Grand Duchess Ksenia, Rostislav was born in Chicago and grew up in London. Unusually among Romanov descendants, he has also lived and worked extensively in Russia. An accomplished artist, he also works with the Raketa watch factory in St. Petersburg, founded by his ancestor Peter the Great. In 2017, the 100th anniversary of the Russian Revolution, he designed a special watch stained with a drop of his own blood to commemorate the bloodshed and sacrifice of the revolution and the violent end of Romanov rule in Russia. King Constantine II of Greece. The king's great-grandmother was a Romanov Grand Duchess and his grandfather was King Constantine I of Greece, making him a cousin of Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. In 1967 he fled from a military junta in Greece and lived in exile in London until 2015, when he moved back to Greece with his Danish-born wife Anne-Marie. Hugh Grosvenor, 7th Duke of Westminster. A descendant of Tsar Michael I, the Duke inherited a fortune worth some $12 billion at the age of 25, becoming one of the world's youngest billionaires when his father died in 2016. The Duke is godfather to Prince George, who is currently 3rd in line to the British throne. The Duke is also descended from the famous Russian poet Pushkin, who squared off against Nicholas I during the latter's reactionary reign. Nicoletta Romanov. The great-great-great-granddaughter of Nicholas I is a TV and movie actress and has collaborated with the jewelry company Damiani on Romanov collection line, showcasing the name and mystique of her famous family.